Previously on Earth Eclipsed.
Sai, did you get those coordinates?
Yes, boss.
Punch them in.
Wait, aren't we going to the capital?
Those planets don't destroy themselves. The Concord does.
This is the Concord Security Force. Prepare to be boarded.
Unfortunately, while Nico and Nova are in the brig, we've had to call off the search for the robot.
Max and I were working on a way to project a subject's memories to a screen. There's no need to go back to the capital. I'm staying blind. Max knows all the specifications. He'll work with Holocorp to set up the prototype. Minus, of course.
I went to give the updates to the equipment per Dr. Prometh's specifications, but before I even had the chance, I found a serious defect.
Every person and thing on this ship has been through intense scrutiny.
Anyone who got hooked up to this would be electrocuted.
I would hate for that to mar the good news of your commendation. There are no mistakes.
What just happened?
The energy field has gone down.
You go fix your ship. I'm getting Alex.
5, 4, 3, 2, sprint it out. And push. And harder. And breathe. How we doing today? Can you feel the beat?
How can she be so cheerful all the time?
Emoji injected.
All the emoji in the galaxy could make me that happy about mandatory exercise.
Now get ready, everybody. We're about to cut the gravity in here because we're doing this next section upside down. Who's with me? I can't hear you. Put your arms through the straps and your legs through the hoops and your head in the harness and let's get crazy. 5, 4, 3.
All personnel report to your stations.
Thank you, security breach.
Alex! Are you in here? Lights? Shit!
Max? Max, is that you?
Yes. Where are you?
In the vent.
Take my hand.
Max, what's going on?
Someone's trying to kill you. We have to get you off this ship. Come on, we're going to the Gungnir. Hang on, I'll lead you.
Citizen, stop. By order of the benefactor.
Shouldn't we stop?
No, we can't trust anyone.
Why not?
I said stop! Turn around. Slowly. Dr. Prometh. My deepest apologies. I was looking for the escapees from the brig. I will lead you to the benefactor.
That's all right. I'll take her.
Thank you, citizen, but I would be lax in my duties to not provide her with the proper security personnel.
You're not taking her anywhere.
Is that a nail gun?
Max, you have a weapon?
It will kill you just as dead as your blaster.
Please, citizen, put it down.
Do not take a step further.
Max, what are you doing?
Do not hurt Dr. Prometh.
I said don't!
Security officers, I need backup.
You shot him?
No. I shot the ceiling to scare him. Which means more security are definitely on their way. Come on.
Why can't we go to the benefactor? We're going the wrong way.
No, we're not.
But we took a right. We should have taken a left.
How do you know?
An attendant helped me memorize the schematic so I could find my way through the ship blind. The hold is the other way.
Are you sure?
Max, please.
You were right.
Why are we on the Gungnir? Why couldn't we go to the benefactor?
Glad you made it aboard. Now we can get the hell out of here.
What the hell is he doing here?
It's his ship.
When you said we have to get to the Gungnir, I thought you meant you and I were stealing it. I didn't realize we were sharing it with a whole ragtag bunch of space pirates.
The laser drill has been lowered.
Now we're talking. Slice away. How long will it take to cut through the hull?
1 minute.
Sorry, we got engines yet?
Almost.
You have less than a minute.
Man, I got so much done after I filled this place with radiation. It was so quiet and peaceful. If only I'd had a little longer.
Sorry, Sai. You got the meat bags on board now.
That's okay. I missed you guys.
Looks like those Concord cronies finally armed themselves. How much damage can a Concord blaster do?
Some. Drilling complete.
Sai, status.
We have hyperflight, but...
Let's go!
But the repairs aren't done.
No choice. Nova, punch it!
Yes, sir. We've cleared the Concord cruiser.
Engage hyperflight. Guess we can just relax now, huh?
Let me off this ship!
Not yet.
I'm sorry, I tried to explain it to her, but she isn't happy.
Please, the benefactor would never put me in danger.
You have no idea what the Concorde is capable of.
You didn't even grow up in the Concorde. What the hell do you know? Turn this ship around.
Should I lock them away?
No, we're on your side. Alex, someone was trying to kill you, and the benefactor was hell-bent on ignoring it. And whose idea was it to construct the lab? The benefactor. Who was overseeing it? The benefactor.
Exactly.
The benefactor would never risk losing the knowledge of how to retrieve memories.
Maybe her plan was to get you to train people and then kill you.
The benefactors are the Concorde secret police. You see, they sacrifice dissidents at an altar in a bunker under the Capitol.
Oh my stars, that is ridiculous. The benefactor may have been the lead on the lab, but she would have no clue how to design it. That would have been Linus. Take me back to the Concorde. Now.
Linus?
I don't know, Alex. I've never seen a benefactor act like that.
Linus?
It makes me question a lot of things. I'm not sure the Concorde is safe.
Stupid black hole sucking Concorde fucking no good piece of space dust on a nebula's asshole!
What are you on about?
It wasn't the benefactor. It was Linus.
How do you know Linus?
I don't. We were mining an asteroid belt past the Capitol when one of our instruments went off. The Gungnir is an old ship, lots of obsolete equipment. This doohickey I'd never even noticed started blinking, and when I flicked it on, it was picking up a signal, some kind of broadcast using ancient technology. It was a message for Parias, outlining everything about the Abacus project, from Linus.
Linus was the leaker.
He and Parias were trading info using old radio signals, thinking that no one would ever hear it. They didn't factor in this old rust bucket.
This is too perfect. Linus is the leaker. Finally, I can be rid of Holocorp once and for all.
So the benefactor had nothing to do with it.
Oh, Linus. I knew he hated my notoriety, but enough to kill me?
So the only reason you ever found out about Alex and the memories in the first place is because Linus is trying to ruin her?
I actually respect him more now. Oh well, too bad.
Take us back to the Concorde, now.
Sorry, Max. I have business elsewhere.
Guys, we have a problem.
All the instruments here report the flight is fine.
The flight is perfect. The problem is we can't get out of it. We're stuck in hyperflight.
Guess those Concorde bastards managed to hit something.
It wasn't them.
You. What did you do to my ship?
On top of the stuff I told you about, I may have also done some other things.
Like what?
Pulled out some parts? Indiscriminately?
Sai, can you put the parts back?
Well...
And smash them? With a graviton wrench.
I'm going to kill you!
No, do not hurt yourself. He is not worth the bruises.
I'm sorry! I was trying to stop the Gungnir however I could.
Hey, I've managed to patch it up just fine so far. The only thing I need is a fluctuating valve cylinder.
We have a spare, yes?
We used it to repair the hole. After that asteroid dinged us, remember? If we remove it, the hole will collapse.
Can you repair the broken one?
I'd be happy to, if we had a laser rotor that can reach 2,000 degrees Celsius and 300 pounds of high-grade titanium lying around.
Why don't you cut off all the power in the ship?
Turning off the lights isn't gonna stop a graviton generator from creating as much gravity as a small planet.
Well, I was only trying to help.
You're way out of your depth here.
I am one of the top scientists on the Concorde.
Neuroscientist! You wouldn't know a ship's engine from a vitality blender.
Hey, all we need is to find a way to flatten space-time.
Right, flatten space-time. Pardon me while I grab an iron and get right to it.
I may be just a neuroscientist, but if you explain to me how the engine works, maybe I'll be able to help.
Hyperflight bends space-time using an artificial gravity. Well, it folds it, actually. Imagine space as a piece of cloth and the ship is sitting on top of it. If you fold the cloth, you get from one end to the other faster. The ship isn't moving so much as it's folding the cloth. Once it's flat again, the ship essentially stops.
Except you skip the part where the engines that are creating those folds generate as much power as a small star, and the brakes need more power than that. Without that cylinder, we can't generate enough juice to stop.
Then what we need is to find an object generating enough gravity to counteract the folds. A big enough star might do it. A supergiant, maybe?
That might just work. Nova, let's check the charts. See if we can't find ourselves a supergiant.
Yes, boss.
Supergiant.
Is this the one?
Max, how did you know all that?
I was a competitive asteroid drifter. You learn a thing or two about engines.
I didn't know that about you.
There's a lot about me you don't know.
Got it, Valorum. A blue supergiant.
Except we cannot chart a course.
Hello, I don't understand. It's a star, right? Presumably it stays in the same place. Why can't we chart a course?
Because we're stuck in folded space. We have no idea where we are right now. So we can put in the destination, but we can't chart how we get there.
And?
We cannot avoid hitting planets or stars.
The odds of us hitting something are 1 in 10 to the 24 quintillion. Space is very empty. Mostly.
There is still a chance.
Given that we're stuck in folded space, at some point we're gonna overshoot the course we laid in anyway, and end up with the same problem. Potato. Might as well pick the way that has a chance of us stopping. Nova, put in the coordinates.
But if we hit a planet or a star...
Do not worry, Doctor. We will be pulverized to dust so quickly we will not feel a thing.
Oh, how reassuring.
Coordinates entered.
On my mark. Here goes nothing. Mark!
We're alive!
Man. Good work, kid.
You found the supergiant.
I found the supergiant.
Oh, sorry. Thanks.
It's no problem.
1 in 10 to the 24 quintillion, huh?
I had to actually calculate that once. For a class.
Nova.
On it. Max, a question for you. When you were doing this class, did you ever calculate how much force you need to escape the gravity of a supergiant?
Hull temperature rising.
Are we getting pulled into the star?
Nova, thrusters, full power!
The gravity is too strong.
Hull temperature at 4,000 degrees Celsius.
I thought the graviton generator and the star's gravity would nullify each other and put us at a dead stop.
It did. We were so damn busy patting ourselves on the back, we got sucked in. Sai, can we put the hyperflight engines back on, do a quick jump out, and then come back? Use the thruster to get us out before the star's gravity gets us?
Negative. The patch job I did didn't hold. Hyperflight engines are out.
Anyone else got any bright ideas?
Hull temperature at 4,100 degrees and rising. Hull will become unstable at 4,600 degrees.
Create an explosion on the surface of the star. Maybe the shock wave will knock us all clear.
Yes, great idea.
We can use the remote detonators.
They're the babies of explosives. Might as well try and fart our way out.
But it's a good thought. We just need a bigger explosion. What if we release the runner from the hold? Fire the remote detonators at it. Its engines blowing up will have more force.
Still wouldn't be enough.
Where are you going?
I have just the thing for this type of emergency.
Whiskey.
Alcohol. Really?
Want some? I don't have another glass, but you can have this one. I don't mind drinking from the bottle.
Max, can you lead me to Nico, please? Right in front of him.
Why are you patting me?
I'm looking for your shoulders. Ah, there they are. Pull yourself together, man!
Stop shaking me! You're spilling my whiskey. It's over. You need to accept it.
Hull temperature at 4,200 degrees. Hey guys, what if we used our laser drills? Fire to the surface? Create a solar flare?
That's got a kick. Still not enough. So long, everybody. Nova, Sai. You've been the best crew a man could ask for. And Gungnir, no need to say it, huh? You know. Is that what you all want to be doing when you bite it? Standing around looking dumbstruck? Guess there aren't many options.
Anyone care if I sit down? Great.
I will join.
Hull temperature at 4,300 degrees. Please move the ship away from the heat source.
I pledge myself as a Concord citizen to uphold the Charter and live its ideals to the best of my ability. Article 0, humanity is great. Article 1,
Oh, please, no. Don't ruin our last moments with that Concord garbage.
You have your whiskey, I have the Charter.
Except my whiskey isn't bothering anyone.
I wouldn't even be here in the first place if it weren't for you. So it looks like we're both going to die unhappy. Article 1, humanity should thrive over generations.
Nova, music.
Article 2, to thrive, we need peace and prosperity.
Hull temperature at 4,400 degrees.
Well, Nova, this front window has quite the view of that star.
Yes.
That's all? These could be your last words. You have nothing more to say?
No.
Twinkle, twinkle, a little star.
Article 3, by working together we can all exist in peace. By working together we can all exist in peace and harmony. Max, turn the music off!
Hey!
Working together. Like neurons. Nico! What if we did everything at the same time? Created a solar flare and an explosion. Combined, would that create enough force? Well?
What is everyone standing around for? Take a station! Nova, you're on the laser drill. Max, set everything up so Dr. Prometh can eject the runner. You fire the detonators. Aim right for the engines. Sai, you there?
Always.
Load the detonators into the chamber. As many as we got. Let me know when you're ready.
Alex, give me your hand. You feel that?
Yes. Your hand is so warm.
Detonators loaded.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes.
When I say go. 3,
Hull temperature at
2,
4,500 degrees.
1, go!
Temperature returning to normal. Thank you. Goodbye.
We are alive.
Ha! Gungnir, you cantankerous old prune. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Alex, let me help you up.
Are you actually thanking the ship? Hello? What about us, the people who actually did the work?
Yeah, guess we made a pretty good team.
But I wouldn't call us a team. We were a group of people who collectively didn't want to die.
Oh, okay. A group of people collectively working together. What do you call that? Huh?
We're a team.
Is that a smile I see?
No.
Could it be that you're actually having fun?
Absolutely not. It's just... Well, I never knew space could be such an adventure.
That's the Gungnir for you. She has her charms. Seems the closest occupied planet is... Rhaegor. Finally, a bit of luck.
Why is it familiar?
Outer world. Been there before. Friendly people. Mostly winemakers, but let's not hold that against them. Sai, how are our thrusters looking? We got enough to get to Rhaegor, pick up supplies for a proper repair?
I could use some help down here.
Nova will join you.
A lot of help.
Sai, disable cockpit controls.
You got it, boss.
As soon as Nova and I are out this door, I'm locking it and cutting off power to the cockpit.
What happened to being a team?
Doctor, I know that was only out of necessity. The second my back is turned, you're going to be full of ideas. And I don't need that. You're not afraid of the dark, are you, Max?
No.
Good. Not to be impolite, Doctor, but since you can't see, I assume the dark wouldn't bother you.
Thank you, Max.
Should I try the door lock mechanism? Look for a wall panel to hide behind?
No, it doesn't matter. He's hell-bent on taking me to his home planet, Sogan. No matter what we do, he'll find a way to get me there.
Why does he want you to go to his home planet?
He thinks it was destroyed by the Concord. He wants me to retrieve a memory that proves it.
That's insane.
I know.
So there's no harm in going, then? Retrieve the memory, prove him wrong. Then he'll let us go back to the Concord.
It's not going to be that simple. Max, I know you're familiar with my academic history. You've always been a thorough researcher, knowing what I need before I ask. But there are things I haven't talked about, kept out of interviews. When I was doing my PhD at the University of Calfulis on Kraken, the Concord discovered rich deposits of ilmenite on the planet.
I've read about that. The deposits were under the planet's largest supply of fresh water, and mining it meant poisoning it, so the planet took it to a vote whether or not to allow the Concord to do it.
Exactly. Of course, the Concord was going to provide water from other planets, but some of the people on Kraken felt uncomfortable with that. They'd never been reliant on another planet for water before. A faction formed, and they insisted that the Concord would destroy the water and then hold the planet ransom. There was no evidence to support that. To the contrary, every Concord planet wanted for nothing, Kraken included. But this didn't stop that faction. They started spreading lies, like the Concord had poisoned water supplies in the past, that the Concord had left entire planets to die of thirst. And this faction gained momentum. It became clear, if we didn't stop this from escalating, it was going to lead to a civil war. We would no longer be a Concord planet.
I had no idea it was that bad.
Official records mention the dispute, but downplay it. With good reason. The stress of that time was immense. For everyone. Every day I went to school, I wondered, will this be my last day here? If fighting breaks out, will I be able to leave? Get to another Concord planet in time? Or will it just spill into the streets one day? Will I even survive? If I do, will all the work I've been doing even matter? But while the population was trapped under the weight of all those questions, there was one group working tirelessly to end the conflict. The benefactors. I've never seen an organization work so hard to bring a positive outcome.
If you were on a planet when it almost became an outer planet, and you know personally what's at stake, that's all the more reason for people to support you. Why don't you ever talk about this?
It's too painful. But that's what made me decide that no one should ever have to live through that. That's when I decided to dedicate my life, my work, to supporting the Concord.
I didn't know any of this.
There are things you don't know about me too, Max. The benefactors managed to turn it around. The planet ultimately voted to give the Concord mining rights. I finished my PhD and moved to the capital since I figured it was the planet that had the absolute least chance of becoming an outer planet. I never wanted to relive that again. But there's something else that happened, and you won't find this in any record. Even after the Concord started supplying fresh water, there was a small group who refused to believe it was safe. Even though the water was tested, even though those test results were published, they poisoned a water shipment and drank it.
They committed suicide. Why? What good could that possibly do?
They were hoping their deaths would start a revolution. Luckily it didn't. But the point is this. They believed so strongly in their cause. The truth didn't matter. Nico reminds me of them. It doesn't matter what we find in those memories, Max. Nico wants to destroy the Concord.
Shh, it's okay.
No, Max. Max, you don't understand. I'm trying so hard to be the same on the ball, in control, shit together Dr. Alexine Prometh, but because I'm blind, everyone feels like they can just scoop me up and drag me away against my will. And when I'm not being dragged around, I have to be helped or led. And for the first time since that time, I feel exactly the way I did back then. Completely helpless.
Of all the words I'd use to describe you, helpless isn't one of them.
But I am. Because no matter what we find in that memory, Nico is going to find a way to twist my participation, to use it to support his false claims. That fear, that uncertainty that I felt back then, he wants to force that on everyone, but with one exception. For me, the Concord was a beacon of hope. If Nico destroys it, there will be no place of peace, no place of safety, no escape for anyone. By bringing me here, you've made me a part of his cause. I'm going to become a tool to dismantle the thing that I value the most. I wish you'd left me to die.
Earth Eclipsed. Episode 6, Gravity. Starring Allegra Rodriguez-Shivers, Reginald West, Christian T. Chan, Amy Linden, and Michael Malconian. Created and produced by Nicholas Proofer, AJ Churchill, and Victor Lee. Directed by Nicholas Proofer. Written by Alexa Polivka. Music by AJ Churchill, Shane Rutherford Jones, and Alessandro Apolloni. Sound design by AJ Churchill and Shane Rutherford Jones. Our production interns are Eamon McCune and So Asidao. Earth Eclipsed is a production of The Lunar Company.